Madam Clerk, if you please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Mayor Van R. Johnson, second.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem and District 5, Alderwoman Dr. Estella Edwards Shabazz.
Present.
Chairman and District 4, Alderman Nick Palumbo. Vice Chair and District 3, Alderwoman Linda Wilder Bryan.
President, let's go.
Post 1, Alderwoman Carolyn H. Bell.
Present.
Post 2, Alderwoman Alicia Miller Blakely.
Present.
District 1, Alderwoman Bernetta B. Lanier.
Present.
District 2, Alderman Dietrich Leggett.
Here.
District 6, Alderman Curtis Pertee.
Present.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. All rise. I call this meeting of the Savannah City Council to order. Today is Thursday, September the 11th, 2025, a day we will always remember for so many reasons. But here in Savannah, we will be a safe, environmentally healthy, and economically thriving community for all. And for us, all means all. I call the colors. Our prayer this morning, invocator, will be introduced by Alderwoman Alderman Post 1, Carolyn Hodges Bell.
Born and raised in Leeds, England, Rabbi Zalman Repson moved to the United States in 2010 to pursue rabbinical studies in New Jersey and later Brooklyn, New York. As a rabbinic intern, he spent time traveling to small Jewish communities across Europe and America, bringing warmth, learning, and Jewish connections to places often without consistent resources. During his years in New York, he met his wife, Zelda, and together they dreamed of building a community of their own. That dream came to life when they moved to Savannah. In 2017, Rabbi Zalman and Zelda founded Chabad of Savannah with this vision in mind. What began as a small initiative serving Jewish students at the Savannah College of Art and Design has since blossomed into a vibrant hub of Jewish life. Hundreds of students have found a home away from home at Chabad, a place to celebrate holidays, enjoy meals, and build lasting friendships. In 2020, after many heartfelt requests from Savannah's Jewish residents, Chabad reach expanded beyond the college campus to the wider community. Today, Chabad of Savannah offers adult education classes, weekly prayer services, holiday celebrations, and a Sunday Hebrew school for local children. What started as a small student initiative has grown into a cornerstone of Jewish life in Savannah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Rabbi Zalman Repson.
Created all in love. Teach us to love all that is good and beautiful in this world. Teach us to honor the dignity of difference. healing begins with compassion, and that the divinity you have placed within every soul make each and every one nearer to one another in our shared humanity. This fateful moment bless us that we may be a blessing to others. Guide our citizens to honor you by honoring one another.
Amen.
Let us honor our country.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Huxley Scott. Music disappeared, I think.
And can y'all be seated? Can y'all be seated?
Oh, she got it? Okay, we good.
Why don't you take your seats? Can you do that? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. I need a little more sound through this night with your light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. Oh God, bless America, my home, sweet
that all are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life. There should be abundant life in America. Would you agree that among these are life and liberty? Oh, we should be free indeed, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Happy is the nation whose God is love. Happy is the nation whose God is love. I pledge my allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to that republic for which it stands, one nation under the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, indivisible in hope, indivisible in peace, indivisible in love. Bless my home from sea to shining sea. Bless my home. Oh, God bless America from sea to shining sea. God help America. I lift up our leaders, give them wisdom. God save America, because it's my home. Sweet home, bless my home. Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is no one in the world like Huxley Scott. Let's give her another round of applause. The reason we wanted to do something different, because this day represents something different. There's a generation of young people who have no clue about what happened on September 11th, 2001. But many of us older folks remember how we felt that fateful day. That morning, 24 years ago, 246 people woke up preparing for their morning flights. Another 2,606 people began their day like we did, heading to work. There were 343 firefighters reporting for duty, 60 police officers beginning their shifts, and 8 paramedics who were starting their day going about the business of saving people. None of them would make it to the afternoon of that day. So we will always remember, and we owe it to them to never forget. If you would all join me in a moment of silence. May their memories be a blessing. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Are you ready, sir?
I am.
For our first item on our agenda, I'd like to make a motion for the adoption of the regular meeting agenda for September 11, 2025.
Second the motion.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
For the next two items on our agenda, item number 2, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the minutes for the work session, executive session, held on August 28, 2025 at 12 o'clock p.m. Item number 3, for the approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held on August 28th, at 2 o'clock p.m.
Second motion.
Probably moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of the work session, city manager's briefing held on August the 28th, 2025 at 12 p.m., and approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on August the 28th at 2 p.m. You've heard the motion. All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Today, City Council had an executive session to deal with issues dealing with litigation. Asking for a motion to authorize me to sign an affidavit indicating that our discussion was limited to that item and no votes were taken during the meeting.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Couple of quick privilege items that I'm going to take some privilege of. Mr. Meldo, would you please stand? So yesterday, Jay Meldo had been with us 4 years. And so, 4 years. So I wanted to congratulate him on his 4-year anniversary. Thank him for being a great city manager and being an even more awesome human being. We're glad you're part of Team Savannah. Thank you. Thank you. Gwendolyn Jones is standing in for our clerk, Mark Massey, who is getting some needed education. Gwendolyn B. Jones, would you please stand? Our newest certified municipal clerk, right?
All right.
So congratulations. We are very, very, very proud of you. Thank you so much. A few years ago, I created the opportunity to reach out. I committed in my first inaugural that we were going to expand Savannah's table and create ways for people to be more engaged and more involved. For us, our Hispanic community is very precious to us. You can be 100% Hispanic and 100% Savannian at the same exact time. And so we're here to celebrate with our OLA Hispanic Outreach Leadership and Advocacy Task Force and members of Savannah's Hispanic community for this proclamation, which reads as follows. Whereas on September the 17th, 1967, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed into law the National Hispanic Heritage Week Bill, which authorized the president to designate the week of September 15th as the National Hispanic Heritage Week, which was first observed in 1968. And whereas the city of Savannah is honored to join the federal government and citizens throughout the country in recognizing September 15, 2025 through October 15, 2025 as National Hispanic Heritage Month. And whereas the city of Savannah honors and celebrates the contributions of Hispanic Americans in our history across the nation, as well as celebrating the contributions of Hispanic Americans who currently serve our communities here in Savannah. And whereas the city of Savannah recognizes the efforts of the OLA Task Force to engage and involve the Hispanic community through education and making resources available. And whereas the city of Savannah, in its continued efforts for equity and diversity, remains dedicated to providing resources for our Spanish-speaking communities. Now, therefore, I, Van R. Johnson II, Mayor of the City of Savannah, do hereby proclaim September 15, 2025 through October 15, 2025 as National Hispanic Heritage Month in the City of Savannah. And witness whereof I hereto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Savannah to be affixed. Ladies and gentlemen, not only do you see great folks of Hispanic descent, you see great Savannians. And so we own them. We love them. They're our neighbors. They're our friends. And in a time where people are talking about being divisive, we're talking about ways to bring people together. So hola, ¿cómo está? And all that other good stuff. A round of applause.
So good afternoon. I am Miriam Baker, Executive Assistant for Information and Public Affairs and also the chairperson for the OLA Task Force. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for the recognition and the opportunity to stand before you today in recognition of Hispanic Heritage Month with a heavy heart on this somber day of reflection and remembrance, when 24 years ago, people of different ethnicities lost their lives, and also due to the multiple recent events of pure evil. But I am grateful. I will repeat this in Spanish. I forgot to rephrase that. Back in October 2020, the mayor created the Hispanic Outreach, Leadership, and Advocacy Task Force, also known as Hola Savannah. The creation of the task force provided, for the first time, an opportunity for Hispanics to come to the city's table. The mayor asked me to chair the group, and recognizing the opportunity, I accepted with honor and humbling privilege to serve with the other members of the group. Since its creation, members of the group have been able to effect change for Hispanics in the region. Their efforts have enabled Spanish-speaking residents to receive important information, healthcare services, gain access to resources, and increase knowledge. We are from 21 different Spanish-speaking countries with diverse dialects and cultural traditions, but we share a love for family, good food, music, and dancing. We work hard, and those who immigrated from their countries did so looking for a better life, and we are here in Savannah building just that. We call this beautiful, historic city home. We work here, we live here, we play here, and we are here to stay. Thank you for the recognition of our presence in Savannah and the contributions we make as residents of this community. So now to Spanish, to pivot. Gracias, alcalde y concejal, por el reconocimiento y la oportunidad de representarme ante ustedes hoy en conmemoración del mes de la herencia hispana con el corazón triste. En este sombrío día de reflexión y conmemoración, cuando personas de diferentes etnias perdieron la vida hace 24 años y también debido a los múltiples eventos recientes de pura maldad, pero estoy agradecida. En octubre del 2020, el alcalde creó el Grupo de Trabajo de Alcance, Liderazgo y Defensa Hispana, también conocido como Hola Savannah. La creación de este grupo de trabajo brindó por primera vez la oportunidad para los hispanos que participaran en la mesa de la ciudad. El alcalde me pidió que presidiera el grupo y, reconociendo la oportunidad, acepté con honor y humilde privilegio a servir junto con los demás miembros del grupo. Desde su creación, los miembros del grupo han logrado generar cambios para los hispanos de la región. Sus esfuerzos han permitido que los residentes hispanohablantes reciban información importante, servicios de salud, acceso a recursos y obtener un mayor conocimiento. Somos 21 países hispanohablantes con diversos dialectos y tradiciones culturales, pero compartimos el amor por la familia, la buena comida, la música y el baile. Trabajamos duro y quienes emigraron de sus países lo hicieron buscando una vida mejor. Y aquí en Savannah estamos construyendo precisamente eso. Consideramos esta hermosa e histórica ciudad nuestro hogar. Trabajamos aquí, vivimos aquí, nos divertimos aquí y estamos aquí para quedarnos. Gracias por reconocer nuestra presencia en Savannah y las contribuciones que hacemos como residentes de esta comunidad. ¡Que vivan los hispanos! Gracias, alcalde.
Sí. I worked on it all year long. So why don't we go ahead and countries that represent your name and you know, so we make sure everybody's here. And I am an honorary member of LAMA. You know that, right?
Yo tengo buenas tardes. Voy a hablar en español porque el inglés lo entiendo, pero no lo hablo muy bien. Estoy muy agradecida de estar aquí con todos ustedes, haber celebrado con Miriam este evento tan bello, gracias señor alcalde. Y bueno, somos un grupo de motorizados que se creó en 1977. El grupo se llama Latin American Motorcycle Association. Estamos alrededor de 29 países donde hay alrededor de 8,000 miembros activos. Hacemos muchas obras sociales, nos divertimos y le damos muchas gracias porque este año pudimos celebrar el aniversario nacional en la ciudad de Savannah, donde la gente se fue encantada de esta bella y grande ciudad. Y le damos el reconocimiento a todos ustedes por habernos hecho participar. Gracias a todos.
Samuel Rodríguez, pastor de la Primera Iglesia Bautista Hispana en Savannah y el Centro Comunitario Samuel Rodríguez, pastor of the First Hispanic Baptist Church and the Hispanic Community Center. And we are glad to be here. Thank you, Mayor, for the honor and the opportunity to share with the community because, as they said, we are part of the community and we want to be a bless to this city, beautiful city, and I hope we can join efforts and make better this beautiful city. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Eddie with Migrant Equity Southeast. I believe I spoke at the exact same thing last year, so happy to be here again. And really glad that the City of Savannah is stepping up to make sure that, we maintain unified here. And we're proud to be celebrating with the City of Savannah for Hispanic Heritage Month. But while we are celebrating, there are community members who are grieving right now. As some of you know, on September 4th, there was a massive raid that separated hundreds of families right next door. And a lot of those workers are here in Savannah. I did want to give my coworker just a brief second to kind of go over what happened there.
Hello, I'm Jenny Myron, also the Migrant Equity Southeast Labor Rights Organizer. As you may know, there was around 475 people that were detained, many of them residing here in Chatham County. A lot of them, it has impacted them greatly, especially since most of the people taken were the providers of their families. So they are struggling to have the income that they were expecting. And many of them had work permits. There was also other people that were U.S. citizens that were detained. Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, we're calling on city officials to please, to pay attention to this issue and work with us to make sure families are safe. Thank you.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Diego Velázquez, my country, Venezuela.
Hello, I'm Christopher, president of the Lama Savannah chapter. I want to thank you guys for inviting us here today. It truly is an honor. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Sergeant Major Retired Ray Rodriguez. I'm from Puerto Rico. I served my country for 36 years. Did 2 combat tours in Vietnam, 1 combat tour in Kuwait, and a combat tour in Iraq for 14 months. Brothers, we're with you. God bless you all. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. Thank you. For me, it's an honor to be here. I'm from Dominican Republic, and my name is Nelson Mari.
Good afternoon. My name is Daisy Hernandez. I am from Safe Shelter, and I'm representing the Hispanic Network Group under Mary's Place. So I'm here to support my cohorts of Hispanic. I'm from Puerto Rico.
I am an American. My mother came here as a Guatemalan, and I'm very proud to be here representing my country as well as hers.
My name is Jose Chacon. I come from Venezuela. I say thank you very much for I can bring here and and let me help to grow this big country.
My name is Melinda Griffin, and I'm the Moto Touring Officer for Lama. And I'm born and raised American, but the Hispanic community in Lama are my family.
Thank you all so much. Again, we too are America, and so we're so glad to observe and celebrate with you this year. Thank you so much for your services.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
What do the vests they're wearing, what does that signify?
LAMA is the Latin American Motorcycle Association, of which I'm a member, by the way. I don't have a motorcycle. But we actually had our national conference here. When was that? Yeah, May. We had thousands of people from all around the world that were here with their motorcycles.
You a motorcycle in?
I borrowed one for that day. I had to give it back, and they wouldn't let me ride it. But so they do a lot of great things. Savannah has a chapter of LAMA, and we're very, very proud of Diego and Beatrice and the work they do at LAMA. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They're going to take you outside, right? Okay. All right. So, Mr. Manager, members of council, we're also extremely excited. I mean, I think I'm uber excited this week. This is our week, and tomorrow's our day. We are Savannah. We are the oldest, the boldest. We are Savannah. We are the 912. We are Savannah. We started this, all of this. And so we're celebrating 912 Day tomorrow, September the 12th, and I want our steering committee to come up and be recognized. Mr. Manager, if you would join us, and all of Team 912, all of these wonderful individuals who are part of our celebration. Members of council, as you know, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, I wanted the opportunity to create some self-love for what we call the greatest city on earth. And so the best time to do that was on a day that God gave us, 912, September 12th, which is just our unofficial day. It has grown into a week, and now it's grown into a very intense week. Every single day there's been something going on. Just yesterday we were with Downtown Business Association. Monday we were reading to kids at Haven Elementary School. On Friday we're having a family reunion. On Saturday we're having a family reunion. We're just excited about everyone taking this on and us owning that which is ours. So we have, although it's powered by the city of Savannah, it is owned by everybody. And so I don't know who was supposed to say anything, but who was anybody? No?
Yeah, I'll say something.
Okay, well, go ahead and say your name for your.
Okay. Hey everybody, my name is Ariel Ross, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Strategic Communications Manager in the Office of Marketing and Communications. And I've also had the pleasure of steering along 912 Day since its conception in 2021. And I am ecstatic to see how it has grown from a day or 9 days of celebration to being over almost 2 weeks worth of celebration within the community. So my notes say, over the past several days, 912 has brought Savannah together through community gatherings, scavenger hunts, and a kind of shared experience that strengthens our city. These moments have been more than just fun. They've been deposits into our credibility bank as an organization. Residents have shown up for one another, supported local partners, engaged in ways that build pride and trust in the work that we do. That's what effective public service and strong public relations are all about, and being a trustworthy organization that celebrates the community while still serving it. As we prepare to officially land on 912 Day tomorrow, we want to thank our city manager for the opportunity to serve in this manner, as well as the mayor for championing this opportunity 4 years ago, and more importantly, our residents and community partners who have came together and help us show that Savannah is at best when we come together and support one another. So I'm gonna step out the way and allow the other committee members and steering partners to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Ariana Dorsey. I'm the social media strategist in the Office of Marketing and Communications, and I serve as co-lead for 912 Day.
Good afternoon. My name is Farrah Lawrence. I'm the Special Project Manager for Mayor Van Johnson, and I spearheaded the literacy portion of the 912 Day.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joshua Lindsay, one of the co-founders of the Savannah Photo Club, and we're just happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
Good afternoon. My name is Consolita Coleman. I serve as the Neighborhood Services Manager in the City Manager's Office, and I assist with the Proud House and Amazon Neighborhood Beautification Block Party.
Good afternoon. I'm Lee King. I'm the events coordinator in the Office of Special Events, Film, and Tourism, and I assisted with permitting external outside events.
Good afternoon. I'm Asia Hankerson with Comcast. Yay! And City of Savannah alum. And we had the greatest pleasure of sponsoring several events. The Patriot Run, the Downtown Business Association Taste of 912, and we will also be a vendor at the cookout. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Mayor Van Johnson. Thank you, City Manager Jay Melder. Thank you, esteemed City Council, for your work as Savannians in representing our city. Can we have a round of applause for the City of Savannah and each resident here? We thank you for celebrating those who make the 912. On behalf of the Savannah Downtown Business Association, all of our 600 plus members, we had a time yesterday. Absolutely. If you weren't there, please come. Thank you to all of our partners represented, including Comcast Business, who we fed people for $9.12 proudly to a sold out room representing 15 plus local businesses, y'all. Thank you so much. Excellent job. Great job.
Marianne Gannon-Popel with Savannah Master Calendar and Simply Savannah Marketing.
Absolutely.
We were proud to create this year's City of Savannah Passport for 912 Day, and we hosted SIPs at the station and raised about $1,200 for Live Oak Public Library. So we were really excited to do that.
Excellent.
What we love about this city is that we work together and we don't care who gets the credit.
How y'all doing? My name is Marquise Young. I'm here because of Savannah Photo Club. I had the pleasure of capturing several moments of the event y'all sponsored. So.
Excellent, excellent.
So again, we are a great community, and for us, everything we need, we have right here in this beautiful city. I told yesterday, I go around the world, and the first thing I say when I'm from Savannah, people are like, whoa, we love your city. And we have to love our city. We have to love our city. And what I love about Savannah is that you don't have to be from Savannah to be a Savannian. And so we're embracing that. We're not trying to be Charleston. We're not trying to be Atlanta. We're not trying to be New York. We're Savannah. And that's all good enough for us. So we have a lot of things happening for the rest of the week. But tomorrow we're asking everyone through your social media, do something and celebrate our day. This is our day, and we want to be selfish about our day. So to that end, Asia mentioned the Patriot Run on Saturday. We were out with soldiers of the Third ID and our first responders at Forsyth Park. And that was a great day. We were at Haven on Monday. I forgot what I did Tuesday, but we did something. Sips to the station, that's right, dealing with literacy. So we hope this will continue to grow. Again, we want to thank our partners. Amazon was big for us.
Absolutely.
Comcast was big for us. Coca-Cola is huge for us.
Yes.
Again, Don, the DBA is huge for us. And again, Team Savannah. We consider ourselves a convenience. So, Mr. Manager, thank you, and thank you to the team and these amazing young ladies who put their hearts and souls into this. One thing, Gulfstream. Jay and I went on a flight around Savannah, and no planes were harmed in the making of that video. So thank you all so much, and thank you all for being Savannah Strong. More to come. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mayor, I was thinking that this bag has a secret compartment because there's not a 911 hat in here for us.
There's not a
No,
what?
I'm just messing with you.
There's not a what?
They're on the way. They're on the way? All right, I just want to make sure. Equal opportunity. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. And I want to mention the flight 9112. That was brilliant. That was really nice. Did you do that?
Thank you, we did. And we want to give a shout out to Greater Savannah Black Business Chamber for sponsoring that video on behalf of us. And Osiris and Jay, their videographers over there, came out and filmed that video for us. So it was fantastic.
It was
We
amazing.
appreciate
Very
that.
good. Very good.
I just want to say good job, everybody.
Yeah.
It's been just fun.
And much more to come.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, we're gonna go into, we have no alcohol license hearings, but let me go ahead and just for expediting, let's go ahead and move to Airport Commission for the world's greatest airport.
Mr. Mayor,
Items number 17 through 28.
yes, sir. I would like to make a motion for the approval for the the Savannah Airport Commission, items 17 through 28.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. We approve item number 17, corporate partnership with Georgia Southern University for a 3-year period of 2025-2028 in the amount of $157,500. 18, approval to fund an additional year of the professional services agreement with Carol Holliday and Associates in the amount of $96,000. 19, approval to execute a contract with TK Airport Solutions for the purchase and installation of 5 passenger boarding bridges for the terminal expansion project in the amount of $8,496,166. Item number 20, approval to execute task work order number 13 with Mead and Hunt for design services for the economy parking garage restoration project in the amount of $250,193. Item number 21, approval to procure 44 Dell Pro Slim Plus desktop computers from Howard Technology Solutions in the amount of $44,440. Item number 22, approval to execute task work order number 10 with Mead and Hunt for the taxi line GAV reconstruction project in the amount of $306,835. Item number 23, approval of a task work order 3, Amendment 6 with Pond and Company for the air cargo building project in the amount of $60,627. Item number 24, approval of change order number 3 with CW Matthews Contracting Company for the taxiway G and bridge project in the amount of $51,107. Item number 25, approval to execute a contract with Cooper Construction for all services associated with the replacement of 3 boilers in the amount of $918,800. Item number 26, approval to execute a professional maintenance service contract with Johnson Controls for years 2025 to 2030 for 3 chillers in the amount of $524,405. Item number 27, approval for the procurement of services from Alltel Systems Group for the public address Titan upgrade project in the amount of $134,959. And item number 28, approval to procure 1 heavy-duty trailer with electric brakes from All American Trailer Connection in the amount of $32,994. You've heard the motion. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. A moment of personal privilege. I did see the chairman of our county commission here, Reverend Chester Ellis, and I also saw our president, our friend, President Roger Moss. I've been seeing a lot of you lately, sir. Good to see you. All right, let's move under 6. Under zoning hearings, petition of Robert McCorkle on behalf of 1800 East 63rd Property Owner LLC for future land use map flum amendment for 14.28 acres from conservation and residential general to residential general at 1800 East 63rd Street in Automatic District 3. This is a companion to item number 7 for a zoning map amendment of 14.28 acres from RSF6 to RMF 216 at 1800 East 63rd Street. I assume that these are consecutive items. You have to do do the flum first and then do the zoning, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That is correct. The first is required in order to permit the second. Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
All
Mr.
right.
Mayor, members of the City Council, it's a pleasure to see you this afternoon. Edward Morrow from the Metropolitan Planning Commission. As Mayor just stated, there are 2 companion items here. First, a future land use map amendment, and the second item is a rezoning in relation to a parcel that you've seen before for a multifamily rezoning. And so the first request to amend the flume is for conservation and residential general to residential general for the entire parcel. That's petitioner's request. And also to rezone the subject property from RSF6 to RMF2-16 or residential multifamily at 16 units per acre. And so looking at the future land use map here, we can see at present the parcel has a split designation. The first is for the yellow area that you see is residential general. That's the designation for multifamily residential at 10 units per acre or greater. And the remainder of it adjoining Truman Parkway, you can see is indicated for conservation, right? So we would not see any development in that area. Just to show you a view of the plat here, I felt it was significant to show that there are two public rights-of-way that are adjoining this subject property. The long one that you see there is 63rd Street. There's a shorter one just to the south, which is 62nd Street. On the bottom of the slide here, I'm not sure if you all can see at the very bottom there, you can see the easement, which is the primary means by which people will, at some point in the future, access this property. And there's a small box there that says upland, just to indicate that this is what was regarded as the upland or most developable acreage, not impacted by the environmental constraints on this site. So just to show you that those environmental constraints are significant, the first one being the city's 100-year storm model. So that's telling us that in the event of a 100-year 100-year storm event, that is the area of the parcel that is likely to be inundated. Also to the right, you can see the National Wetlands Index inventory also shows that this parcel is impacted by some wetlands, and so those are significant constraints with regard to developing this property. Just to run through some of these criteria, because there's been a lot of discussion about this development, the relationship of the proposed amendment to the existing and future land uses that are depicted. The subject parcel is situated between an established single-family neighborhood and the Truman Parkway. The flume currently reflects the same proposed uses, so this isn't a wholesale change. In essence, the petitioner is requesting to flip-flop the areas that are presently indicated for development so that the apartments that are proposed can be placed next to the Truman rather than closest to the existing neighborhood, which was at the request of the neighborhood itself. So this isn't a significant change, and staff has requested that the split designation be retained so that the remainder is clear to be preserved for conservation uses and not for development. In looking at the policy documents, the future land use map is indicated for multifamily development up to 20 dwelling units per acre. However, other policies within the future land use map also identify that this region prioritizes conservation of environmentally sensitive areas. And so staff thought that it was prudent to think of balance in considering both of these factors. We obviously need housing, but we want to ensure that that doesn't come at the expense of imperiling neighborhoods that have been established for quite a long time. Finally, there was a meeting with MPC staff between a contingent of the neighborhood's leadership, at which time they expressed their concerns to us and they sought some information on how it is that they might best position to protect themselves. There was significant resident input with regard to how this petition looks before it was presented to this board and the Planning Commission, and the conditions that were attached by the Planning Commission do reflect the neighborhood's wishes. And so with that, on this first petition, MPC staff and board agreed that the modifications to the future land use map should be approved, retaining the split designation, but again, the portion to be developed would be closest to the Truman Parkway, consistent with the site plan that you'll see shortly, and the portion that is closest to the neighborhood indicated for conservation. I'll quickly run through the rezoning as well. This is companion items 7 and 9 on your agenda, the rezoning. In looking at the zoning map for this area, you can see that it's predominantly residential single family. The 6 indicates 6,000 square foot lots and the 10 indicates 10,000 square foot lots. Nonetheless, all predominantly single family detached homes. The subject parcel is indicated in that hatched box. That is where the apartments are proposed to be located. Just to the west, you can see PDS, which is Memorial Hospital, just to orient you to the area. And so the idea is that this was at one time owned by the hospital authority and likely conceived to be developed in association with a medical use given its proximity to the hospital. Staff found a history of 4 recent zoning petitions in relation to this parcel. At one time it was rezoned for multifamily residential use at a density of about 6.5 units per acre. Ultimately, it was not developed, and most recently, the very same petitioner came back in 2022 with a request to rezone to RMF 2-20, which is a multifamily zoning designation up to a density of 20 units per acre. Today, you are hearing a request with that number revised downward to 16 units per acre. So very same petitioner, similar request, proposing to place just under 200 units, 189 if I'm not mistaken, on the subject parcel. This is the site plan that staff has received in association with this petition. You can see the buildings indicated for apartments, which I believe there are 4. The units would be distributed between 4 buildings, and 1 is indicated as an office. There would be some on-site retention for stormwater, and there's also an area indicated for conservation. So it is also significant to note that all traffic has been directed from Reuben Clark. Neither of those public rights-of-way would be utilized at the request of the neighborhood and the agreement of the developer. So also in reviewing the criteria here, whether the range of uses permitted by the proposed zoning district is more suitable. This was significant to framing staff's recommendation on this. The parcel currently has a maximum gross development potential of about 104 dwelling units, and that's looking at that 6,000 square foot per parcel sort of number that would tell us what type of yield would we expect on this parcel. And so in looking at that, staff calculated that this would come out to a density of about 7.26, but the zoning ordinance requires that this be represented as a whole number, and so the staff recommendation came out to RMF2 8 at a density of 8 units per acre. Whether the proposed zoning district addresses a specified need in the county or city, there is a pressing need for housing, and this particular location would be ideal in proximity of a major regional employer. There's also connectivity for the Truman Trail, so a lot of good development potential on this particular site at an appropriate density. Whether the zoning proposal will adversely affect existing use or usability, this is, again, a significant point in staff's recommendation on this. The requested zoning district is appropriate for the site given its context and configuration. However, there are some concerns about the density that has been requested. The proposal is likely to have some adverse impact, being that Reuben Clark Drive is accessed by emergency and support vehicles going into the hospital. Also, given that the site is heavily encumbered by wetlands and is within that area likely to be inundated in the event of a 100-year storm, the area probably would not fare well with all of the added impervious surfacing for parking. And so these were factors that staff felt warranted some mitigation, perhaps requiring pervious pavers, reducing the number of units that would be built. Nonetheless, these are issues that can be addressed through the site development permitting process. In the first hearing, I regret that I did not identify that there is a second point for folks to not necessarily travel through Memorial. Nonetheless, Reuben Clark Drive is the street that runs through Memorial, where if you have ever been there, you'll note that you will park in one location and you will cross a street to get over to the hospital itself. And so that is Reuben Clark Drive. It runs through the middle of the campus. Based on conversations, it is expected that most of these future residents would actually take another route, which you can see indicated going off to the right and going just north, rather than traveling through the middle of this campus. And so nonetheless, it does still represent a concern, as we know that there are emergency and support vehicles that would be using this road to access the hospital. On the screen now, you can see where this turnoff to the right that ultimately would take you back to Waters Avenue occurs, or you can continue straight through the campus. Whether the zoning proposal is compatible with the present zoning pattern, this request is supported in that a compact footprint is likely advisable in this area given the environmental constraints on the site. And so for that reason, a multifamily configuration would be more ideal than a single-family detached configuration. Whether or not there are existing or changing conditions, one thing that has changed that is significant since the last time this board heard this request, the city does have an enhanced flood damage prevention ordinance, which is there to protect those residents that are very well established nearby. And so our regulatory context is likely better situated to handle the present request. Adequate public services and facilities. These are issues that are largely addressed during the site development permitting process, and so during that time, the city's reviewers will ensure that the proposal does meet all of the city's current development regulations, and so there will be adequate public services and facilities at the time that this is presented for development review. With that, I'll leave you a view of the subject parcel. You can see the star is the location for the proposal. To orient you, this is Durin that's running across the bottom of your screen. You can see Jenkins High School, the Truman Parkway going over to Memorial Hospital, and you would come out by Calvary Day School there at the far left. So this is the primary means of ingress-egress that you would see, just to give you a little bit of context. With that, MPC did recommend approval as requested by the applicant at a density of RMF 216, 16 dwelling units per acre. There were several conditions that were attached to this. It is my understanding that the applicant's agent does also have some alternative conditions that he will present, so I will leave you with that. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. This is a public hearing that I'm now declaring open. I will tell you this has been going on for quite some time, and I want to thank the partners for kind of sticking through it, working through the challenges that were presented, and Alderwoman Wilder Bryan for her leadership in this. Ms. McCorkle, you want to go now or you want to wait? Yeah, you want to go first? All right, have at it, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Robert McCorkle here on behalf of the petitioner. I'm going to do both items together if that works for you. I know
Why don't we give them 5 minutes and we can get them together?
I know you want to be as quick as possible. There was a lot of discussion just then about what MPC staff's concerns were in the original staff report. But it is clear, I want to be clear that MPC body itself recommended by a vote of 10-1 to approve the zoning that we requested for this site. And so we were back here, we were here before in 2023. And at the time, we were making an argument that multifamily was a great use for this site. Residential general, which is the future land use map portion of this site, allows for multifamily apartments. That's what it's there for. And so someone decided a long time ago this was going to be a site for multifamily. When we came through the first time, the petition was denied, primarily because the neighbors were concerned about us building buildings that close to their, immediately next door to their residences. So my client, based on the direction of Alderman Wilder Bryan and others, has spent the last couple of years working with neighborhood leaders to try to come back with a better plan for you, and that's what we have before you today. This plan we have revised to move the buildings 700 feet to the west from where they were, which creates a 500-foot green space buffer between us and the houses. We've lowered the buildings from 5 stories to 4 stories. We've lowered the density from RMF 20 to RMF 16. All the while, we've maintained sole access on Reuben Clark Drive, which has been important to the neighbors. The site as it exists isn't suitable for single-family residential. It's never going to be developed for that. It's a good site for multifamily primarily because of its location next to one of the 2 largest employers in Chatham County. As was noted by the chamber, workers, especially early and mid-career, struggle to find housing near their jobs. Many look farther out, driving up commute times and reducing their quality of life. We envision Memorial employees, frankly, as being the primary tenants in this apartment complex. In your packet, you should have received a copy of a letter of support from Brad Talbert, CEO of Memorial Hospital. There are also 10 other letters of support that we submitted. CEO of Memorial says this proposal represents a vital opportunity to create much-needed workforce housing less than a quarter mile from Memorial Health. Locating new homes this close to the hospital will directly benefit healthcare workers and other staff who currently struggle to find housing nearby. This proximity not only improves quality of life for employees, but also strengthens the hospital's ability to attract and retain talent, a key public service benefit. So Memorial Hospital itself doesn't share the same concerns about the location of our property in this location. They're asking for you to approve it. Also, this site is located next to the Tide to Town Trail, which has recently been expanded across the front of the property, which provides access to neighborhoods and to grocery stores and to schools. We're not creating a traffic issue because all the traffic is going to be on Reuben Clark Drive, which is one of the least used roads in all of Savannah. It has connections at lights at both Durin and at Waters. We're also, as I mentioned, going to preserve green space. We're only planning to rezone or to develop 5 of the 14 acres, which is less than half of the property, leaving 9 acres to be undeveloped green space. My clients worked very hard to develop a set of conditions, which I just handed to the clerk, which you probably had in your packet before, that they worked with neighborhood leaders to make sure they have buy-in from neighborhood leaders on what those conditions were. And if you look at them, number one provides that we will provide for protection to the undeveloped portion, not through making it conservation in the future land use map, but by creating a conservation easement. We need the entire parcel to be our residential general in order to have our density calculation. The buildings are going to be the same size. What we're proposing is 3 stories over 1 story of parking. The density allows us to make the project buildable based on the expense of building on this site. If we're going to have the same size footprints, we need to have enough units to make the project worth it, and obviously to make it a good benefit to the community around. The item 2 says that we will provide for protection of the undeveloped portion of the site, as I mentioned, and then that we will meet all the stormwater controls of the city. It also says that we are going to work with engineers in the city to try to address drainage issues on the neighborhood that are off of our site related to storm events that they've been having, and we are going to volunteer our time to do that. It also commits to incorporating commercially reasonable environmental solutions like permeable pavers on the site and limits our access to Reuben Clark. So I'm here today, similar to the last couple of projects where we had been up before and were sent back to do a better job. And I think that my client, again, has done what he was asked to do. He has worked very hard over the last couple of years with the neighborhood and with invested community leaders to come up with a plan that was acceptable to all. And so what we're asking for you today to do is to change the flume so that the residential general portion is not just half our site, it's the whole site. And then we've asked you to adopt conditions. We cleaned up the conditions based on our discussions with the neighborhood. So there was more detail about exactly what it is we are going to do with the neighborhood so that it's clear. And those are the conditions that we've provided to you. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
All right, thank you. We'll come back to you. This is a public hearing.
Thank you.
So I have Robin Gunn, Whitney Shepherd, Oliver Gary, and then Robert McCorkle, in that order. After you state your name, you have 2 minutes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson, Alderman Bryan, and members of council. I have been very moved by what I've seen today at this city council meeting. It's just been a powerful testament to what we have in our country, including the opportunity to talk to you about this proposal. My name is Robin Gunn. My address is 2243 Armstrong Drive. I live 2.5 blocks from the project property. I am here to conditionally support the petition to rezone the property, provided that all of the development conditions noted in the application are required with the zoning change. Those are constructing the apartment complex on the westernmost 5 acres of this parcel, preserving the remaining 9 acres in a conservation easement, prohibiting future development, enhanced drainage relief to prevent increased neighborhood flooding, and vehicle access to the apartment solely from Reuben Clark Drive, and finally, assisting the neighborhood with stormwater drainage assessments in coordination with the city of Savannah. In 2023, I was here before you vehemently opposing Columbia's Ventures' original proposal for the land. Thank you to City Council for hearing us then and denying that request. Later that year, I submitted a request to the city that we acquire this land and preserve all of it in a conservation easement. Unfortunately, that was not to be. It seems inevitable that something is going to be constructed on this beautiful prime wetlands area that's adjacent to our neighborhood. I believe that this proposal is the best that we can hope to get. Preserving 2/3 of the property with the buildings situated on the part of the property furthest from our quiet neighborhood, while also providing our city with much needed housing, is a compromise that I am willing to support. Since February, I have been one of the neighbors in frequent communication with Dylan Baines of Columbia Ventures. He has completely revised this plan compared to the 2023 proposal, and his revisions address my major concerns. My greatest remaining concern is an increase in flooding that this development might bring for my neighbors. Baines has agreed to provide extra stormwater enhancements to his development and to assist my neighbors in working with the city to address their devastating flooding problems. I implore City Council to put our neighborhood's drainage improvements at the top of the capital projects list in the next city budget. Thank you for your work for our beautiful city and for this time today.
Thank you. Whitney Shepherd.
Thank you. My name is Whitney Shepard, and I'm here with Rabbi Robert Haas.
Now you know you're wrong for that, right? You're gonna bring up some powerful support. I mean, yeah. I mean, when you go rabbi, you go pretty strong now. So
It's eye candy / bodyguard.
I can't.
Thank you. We're here representing Your Housing Coalition, a grassroots organization of volunteers, including realtors, mortgage bankers, developers, service providers, planners like myself, advocates, and interested parties. We have been very engaged with the petitioner over the last several years and have heard multiple presentations to the coalition, resulting in overwhelming support for this project. You all know that the need for housing supply in the city of Savannah is at crisis proportions, and this is certainly an opportunity for you all to act to help address that crisis. This proposal is exactly the type of infill development that we should be building if we want to address the crisis while also promoting our residents' quality of life through access to jobs, healthcare, education, and other services. The infill location is critical here. You all may know that my background's in transportation engineering. I'm passionate about housing, but I'm also passionate about efficient use of infrastructure. And this site has access to 2 major arterials and all of the services along them, as well as transit service and the Tide to Town Trail, as previously mentioned. That means shorter commutes, lower transportation costs, which add to the housing costs of the workforce that will be living in this building. We've already heard that the developer has been responsive to neighborhood concerns, and I want to emphasize that the larger concerns that the city holds regarding equity are also largely addressed by this proposal and through the kind of density and diversity of housing types as we work to strike a balance between our desired economic and community benefits with unintended displacement as our city redevelops and develops. That all being said, I am proud to represent several hundred members of the Housing Coalition expressing our support for both the future land use map amendment and the rezoning. Thank you.
Thank you. Oliver Gary.
Hello, my name is Oliver Cassangari. I live at 1718 East 60th Street. I'm about 100 yards from the proposed tie-in to city water and sewer of this proposed site. Again, this is my second time here to speak about this development. I want to start by thanking Robin and Kinte, who is not here, Alderwoman Wilder Bryant, and developer Dylan Baines. We've had the chance to have meetings about this proposed development to share our concerns about this project, and a lot of our questions have been heard and answered. I've also had the chance to attend several meetings held by the city's stormwater department and really educate myself further. I've had some cool flood maps, or I've seen some cool flood maps and predictive models, and I've even learned the difference between retention and detention ponds. After all of this, I think I'm okay with this plan. I have to admit I'm genuinely saddened by the loss of habitat for the mated pair of red-shouldered hawks, barred owls, herons, egrets, and other migratory birds. Also, I am not looking forward to the 2 to 3 years of chainsaws, dump trucks, and just noise that's going to come with construction of this development. And this development does share a historic floodplain with my neighborhood, and we are just to the north of the maps shared. It's a fact that developing in wetlands increases flood risks for the surrounding areas. And our neighborhood's stormwater system is already struggling in the face of climate change and sea level rise. This risk is undeniable. I know you all have some decisions coming up regarding this in the near future. That decision is directly tied to this one. A properly funded stormwater department would be able to proactively address the flood risks that come with developing in floodplains and wetlands and address the current problems. These stormwater models show this is a sensitive area, and approving this plan without a plan or a budget to mitigate current flood risks and prevent them in the future is a recipe for disaster. So yeah, I'm okay with this, but that okay comes with baggage. And I implore you to scrutinize any and all future plans for this site that come through with an extra set of eyes. The flood risks for this are very real for us. And to Mr. Baines and Columbia Ventures, you are putting these apartments up right along the recently constructed leg of the Truman Trail. I was really looking forward to riding my bike through a bit of nature. It is a lush and verdant. Back there, a beautiful slice of wild Georgia swamp. I really hope this tie-in is aesthetic and isn't a beige eyesore like the Aventon. And to members of City Council, I implore you to come by the neighborhood and check out the site and just listen to the sounds and take note of what will be sacrificed. And take a look around.
Ms. Gary?
Can I just finish? I have one more sentence.
Okay.
And take a look around and the scars of construction and development around the neighborhood. I appreciate your time. Thank you today.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments regarding this item? Going once? Going twice? The motion to close. Yes.
Public hearing, please, sir.
And probably move the second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Any comments from council? I'll reserve Alderwoman Wilder Bryan and her request for last. Yes.
Thank you. Where did he go? Young man that just finished speaking. Oh, thank you. I just want to tell you, thank you all for inviting me to the meeting and showing me what it was that you all were concerned with. And I'm so glad that you all came to a consensus, and I will be supporting this.
I want to just, I mean, this was hard. I mean, I remember the fierce division. But I think when you have fierce division, you do better when you communicate and communicate and communicate and meet. And so I've watched this kind of from the points of where I was informed and watching it adjacently, but watched how you heard, you listened, there were changes made, came back, you communicated. And I think that's how you solve hard things. You know, I think everyone agrees that we have to have housing here. I think that workforce housing is particularly important, particularly in the area of Memorial as it continues to grow and as it continues to be the teaching hospital that it is. And so I think there'll be other opportunities, Ms. City Manager, that we might be able to do some big, bold things as it relates to housing. So, Alderwoman Lanier.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We've been watching this project for a few years and watching it go back and forth. I had an opportunity to attend MPC to watch the work that was being done by the staff over there. And this project now being presented to us, this proposal, and the conditions are evident of the work that went into the back and forth. And I want to applaud the developers for doing the right thing, for getting with the leadership and getting with the community, and finally coming up with something that could work for the residents who are already there. So based on the conditions that were placed in this proposal, I think we finally got something that we could support, and I'm glad that you all did the proper work. And this is what it looks like when we try to present and support projects that benefit the community, that bring community benefits. That's a win-win for the parties involved. So congratulations to everybody involved. Thank you.
Thank you. And I heard there might be some good opportunities for additional bird sanctuaries in the area. I think we had some decent ideas about that. So, Alderwoman Wilder Bryan.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, just one thing. When Mr. McCorkle came up here in 2023, we understood from the community that they needed better and more. And we have Rabbi here and Whitney. Y'all don't have to you don't have to twist my arm on this one. We have had over 30 meetings, about 20 of them that I've attended in 2 years. Mr. McCorkle deserves every penny that he gets this time, and I'm glad to be on this side. And while we understand that the flume has to be in sync with the zoning city ordinance, I just want people to understand that the future land map use, that's a big thing here in Savannah. And just because we need housing doesn't mean that we're going to change the quality of living for people who live there. Mr. Morrow, I appreciate you. If Mr. Baines, are you here? Dylan, you said you was going to be here. Is he here? Can you come to the podium, please? If I may have this as a privilege from the 3rd District. I know they beat up on you pretty bad, but I'm so glad and happy that there is a consensus. And thank you for walking with us and knocking on doors and peeping your head in the swamp and getting your boots messed up. And thank you most of all for staying engaged. I want to thank Kenty and Robin. Kenty's a teacher, so he's not here, but Mr. Oliver, who's our resident conservative guru. And so when we stand up here and we tell you no, it doesn't mean that it's over. It means that you have to come back and really be a community partner. Thank you for staying engaged and listening to us and standing there while we beat you up, because we did, because we want to make sure that when we sign our names on these agreements, we want to make sure that we hold your feet to the fire, and we've done that, and I appreciate you. And I just wanted to stand in front of you and say, this is the first of this kind, and it did take us 2 years to get there, and I was present, and this is what you call community engagement, when the people who live there it's their house. They welcome you in, so don't mess up, because those same people will come back for you. You understand that, right? And so I'm just so appreciative of the agreements. It's like we can't get those meetings back in that time back, but we understood parameters and what the neighborhood and what housing, good housing, not just any kind of housing, but housing is going to be representative of the people who live there now. And so, Mr. Mayor, I'm just really, really glad that out of 2 years that the consensus is that we're both winning, the developer and the community. And again, I can't say it enough for having people who want to stay engaged, and on the other side, people who saying, I'm going to come in your community, but I'm going to listen, and you did that, and so thank you so much,
Alderwoman
Mr. Mayor.
Wilder Bryan.
And so, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
We have two, let me see where it is. We have two partners that go with this.
Yes, 8 and 9, but
8 and 9.
Take them separately, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and have a safe trip back home, sir. Mr. Mayor, in light of that, number 8 and 9, can we do them together?
No, we need to do them
separately?
separately. They have to be
Okay.
consecutive.
Okay, so let me find it again. I was so enthused about telling them how great this program was. Hold on 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm taking this time to savor this moment. It's an awesome thing. Let me find it. Can you have your 8 and 9? Let me see my, please. So, Mr. Mayor, I move that the first reading be considered the second and the ordinance be placed upon its passage for line item number 8, petition of Robert McCorkle on behalf of 1800 East 63rd Street, property of LLC for future land map use.
Is there a second?
Second.
You got a second.
Mr. Mayor.
Properly moved and seconded, all, that the first reading be considered the second, and it's on its place upon its passage and pass. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Yes.
Motion passes. Item number 9.
Mr. Mayor, the proof is in the pudding. We've been doing this for 2 years, and again, I just wanted to reiterate that. Thank you all for staying and paying attention. So, the petition of Robert McCorkle on behalf of the 1800 East 63rd Street owner, LLC for zoning map amendment for 14.28 acres. Move that the first reading be considered the second and the ordinance placed upon its passage be passed.
Second. And probably moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Under purchasing items 10 through 16, are there any pullouts?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
One moment.
Excuse me, I forgot to thank Ms. Liddy, too. She did a
Okay.
great job on that.
Is Ms. Liddy here? Wave, stand up, take a bow. Stand. Ms. Liddy, thank you. And don't hurt people with flying pins. All right, items number 10 through 16, any pullouts?
If there are no pullouts, I'd like to make a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
For the purchasing items to be approved, items number 10 through 16.
Second motion.
All right. Item number 10 is authorize city manager to execute a contract for piping for lift stations 193, 194 with Mercino Dewatering LLC in the amount not to exceed $58,591. Item number 11, authorize city manager to execute a contract for delinquent fee collections for code compliance with Midwest Municipal Services LLC in the amount not to exceed $77,400. Item number 12, authorize city manager to execute an annual contract for ready-mix concrete to Diamond Construction and Renovation in the amount not to exceed $190,000. Item number 13, authorize city manager to execute an annual contract for concrete and asphalt crushing services to United Grounds Maintenance Services in the amount not to exceed $85,000. Item number 14, authorize city manager to execute a contract for 2 combination sewer cleaner trucks and 2 jetter trucks in the amount of $1,793,644. Item number 15, authorize the city manager to execute an annual contract with Delinquent Tax Services Incorporated for the collection of delinquent property tax in the amount not to exceed $162,000. And item number 16, authorize city manager to execute a contract for the dredging of alum sludge pond with D and DJ Carrier Group LLC, which is a local NDBE, in the amount of $2,370,000. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to agreements, we could take these together. Items number 29 and 30. A29 is approval of water and sewer agreement with River Marsh GSL LLC for River Marsh for development consisting of 24 townhomes at 7719 Johnny Mercer Boulevard near Highway 80. Item number 30 is approval of a water and sewer agreement with Starlin Bull LLC for 2517 Bull Street for the development consisting of restaurant, office, and retail space on Bull Street near West 42nd Street, located in Aldermanic District 2.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move to adopt the agenda items as written.
Second motion.
Been properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Yes.
I have a question about Bull Street.
Okay, motion passes. Alderwoman Miller Blakely.
Yes, is that the one that's right next door to the Say Hey restaurant?
Mr. City Manager.
I believe this is a little further down, though not to, this is going to be very close to the Chevron station and the BP there next to Victory Drive.
Okay? You okay? Okay, all right. Item number 31, authorize city manager to execute a First Amendment to lease agreement for the use of office space located at 6600 Abercorn Street. As you know, this is the extension of our law enforcement space, correct?
Mr. Mayor? I move to adopt the agenda items.
Second.
Law enforcement and community services on.
Okay, when are we gonna be able to get back into our house?
So as I said in my Tuesday night memo, all of this will be back in the SPD headquarters later this fall. And then we'll be, the offices will be retaining office space in the Abercorn Landmark building. And then those offices will either come to Gamble or to the new administration building at the Adams Complex once those are completed.
So we're continuing to move toward being in space we own, space we rent.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 32, authorize city manager to execute an intergovernmental agreement with Chatham County government governing construction of a new gymnasium on city property next to the Carver Village Community Center. Want to just indicate that staff has put extensive work into this. I required some things that the county has complied with, and so this is on the agenda for Alderwoman Lanier.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to say that this is a great day for historic Carver Village and for the First District. This is a much-needed resource, a gymnasium to be located in the Carver Village area. The residents in Carver Village have been advocating for over 50 years to get a gymnasium in that area. And this will be a great opportunity to engage the youth for further enrichment. And we want to thank the good supervision of the coaches and the parents in that area that so much into the children of Carver Village. And this issue volleyed back and forth between management from the city to the county. I want to thank city manager and staff. I want to thank the county manager and staff for the work that you all did in hammering this out. to present this today, something that we can support. And at this time, I would like to authorize the city manager.
Make a comment?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, go ahead and make your motion.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and make your motion.
Authorize the city manager to execute an intergovernmental agreement with Chatham County governing construction of a new gymnasium on city property next to the Carver Village Community Center.
Second.
Alderwoman Shabazz.
Yes, sir. I just want to make a comment that this is a great achievement for the community and a great community benefit for the residents and the community and the neighborhood and the district and District 1. And also, with all the work that has been placed into this, it's also a great day of partnership between the city and the county. And again, the mayor has acknowledged Chairman Ellis and the residents of Alderwoman Lanier's, her constituents from the 1st District. Thank you all so much for your engagement. Great day for District 1.
Alderwoman Wilder Bryan.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I just want to thank you for beating this up, you and Mr. Ellis. This is what good government looks like. I appreciate you working it so diligently and convincing us that this is the proper thing to do. I also want to advise, just like what the Mayor Pro Tem say, we have a lot of interagency agreements. This is one that I'm proud of. But Mr. Ellis, we want to make sure that we keep our foot to the fire and we continue to work together so that we can do some good things for the people that live in the city of Savannah. Mr. Mayor, thank you again for working to make sure that we continue to have agreements that the people enjoy, no matter what district you are in. You live in the city, in the county, and because of both of y'all leadership, we come to a happy ending. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It did require some hammering. You had a question? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to, we are thanking the chairman and the mayor and all the governmental people, but I want to thank the residents because I'm looking at all of the letters of support, and I'm sure it's over 100 from what I'm looking at, and I just want to say thank you all for what you did, but to the residents of Carver Village and Cloverdale and the 1st District, thank you all so much for standing up, because that's what it's going to take, community involvement and community engagement. Thank y'all.
Thank you. And money. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. And we're going to ask the residents, y'all stand up. Just stand up, folks can see y'all. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. All right. Moving on to item number 33, while Alderwoman Bryan does Alderwoman Bryan. Item number 33, authorize the approval of a major subdivision named Parcel C8, Eastern Wharf Phase 5. This property will create 10 individual parcel lots in Automatic District 2. Item number 34 is to authorize the approval of a major subdivision in Parcel C8, Eastern Wharf Phase 6. And item number 35 is to authorize the approval of a major subdivision development for 2 existing properties named Parcel C1B and C1C, Eastern Wharf Phase 7, totaling .841 acres in Automatic District 2. Alderman Leggett? Alderman Leggett?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. I agree. I ask you, Mr. Mayor, that we accept this.
Work with me
I
on
move to adopt the agenda item as written, sir. I apologize.
Items or items?
Items.
Items, there's a second. Then probably move to second, and all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion you opposed? Motion passes. Ladies and gentlemen, that ends our agenda, and it is 3:42.
We got out of
now,
here early.
How we go from here depends on y'all. We can walk out of here soon, or we have a lot of announcements. It's up to y'all. All right, we're gonna
have an announcement.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Ms. Young, is Ms. Young here? Come on in the pilot's chair. It has to be somebody in the chair. Mr. Manager has to take some quick leave, so high five. Substitution, right? I mean,
Let me in, coach. Let me in, Coach.
Ms. Young, you have to stretch before you get in the chair. All right. Now, I know Ms. Young will say don't make it too hard. Alderwoman Bell, anything? No. Alderwoman Miller Blakely.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
I just want to take this privilege to thank the Crew 325 and I think it's 331 of our Stormwater Division, the Water Distribution Department for the City of Savannah, Calvin Southall, Whitley, Tyrone Smith, Ramon Aguilion, the supervisors Nate Steplight, Charlie Brown, Eric Mack, and Roger, they don't know his last name, Roger Crumbly Jr. I just want to take the time to thank them so much for what they did on Sunday. A pipe was busted profusely on Waters Avenue right by my favorite restaurant, Barnes Restaurant, and those men were out there from 5:30 that morning until around 2, 3 o'clock that afternoon repairing a gas light, a gas pipe, a gas line, I guess that's what they call it, that some contractors were messing with and busted the water line. So I just want to thank them for their due diligence and what they did to correct that situation. We need to give them an Addy or something because they did a phenomenal job. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Pertee. Alderwoman Shabazz.
No, sir.
Alderwoman Linda Bryant.
Oh, yeah, I'm always going to have something to say.
All right, let me go Alderwoman Lanier. You have anything?
We working.
You do?
Yes, sir. And so I want to read this, Mr.
I
Mayor.
thought it might be long, that's why I said.
No, it's not long, but it's true. I want to thank Joe Shirouse, Mr. Mazzio, and Luciana Sprague for championing 2 historical events in the 3rd District. We're going to name the park at Crawford Square, the basketball court for Larry Gator Rivers. Right, so big kudos to him, right?
They want to name it that?
And then in East Savannah, we're going to put 5 historical markers over there to celebrate the community that I live. It took us 5 years to do that, Mr. Mazzio. I appreciate that. Luciana and Joe Shirouse, thank you for always trying to leave footprints of champions in our city. And I'm just so proud to be in this administration where we give people their flowers. We try to give them to them before they're deceased, but Larry deserved this. He was a Harlem Globetrotter that bounced a ball all over the world. Long time. Thank you, Joe, for doing what you do. Ms. Mazzio and East Savannah, we're going to put 5 markers up there to talk about the descendants, and we got most of that information from Ebb and Flow. I don't know who did that book, Mr. Mayor, but and if any other community wants to do that, we got
Martha Keeber.
Yes, we got to make sure that the time that we stay in these seats, that we don't do little things in these chairs, we do big things, like she was saying, engaging our community and letting them know that they add value to this community. And I'm so glad to be a part of that. And Luciana is a beast. Thank you, Joe. You are too.
Thank you.
Mr. Mazzio, you hanging tough.
Thank you. Alderwoman Lanier, I'm sorry. All right. And Alderman Leggett has left the building. Okay. Just very, very quickly, Cal Fire folks stand up. They gave a great, we had a great observance today, Chief Kitchen and team. They've been doing this for a couple of years, several years, since September 11th, and so I want to thank you all today for your service. We appreciate you. Anything from City Attorney? Anything from Madam City Clerk? Anything from Madam City Manager? All right, let's continue to enjoy our great city. We're doing a block beautification on Friday. We need volunteers. So for everyone under the sound of my voice, if you go to our Facebook page, if you got time on Friday to help us, we will feed you breakfast and lunch. We're going to work with Amazon and Homefront, and we're going to go out and we're going to beautify some communities for free and help some deserving folks. 8:30 a.m. 8:30 for breakfast.